Let's take a look at a couple more examples on functions and how they work and how we can interpret them. So for this first example, we're going to look at a word problem. I know, your favorite. In a board game, a certain number of points is awarded to a player upon rolling a six-sided die labeled 1 to 6, according to the function f of x equals 6x plus 3, where x is the value rolled on the die. Find and interpret the given function values and determine an appropriate domain for the function. Okay, so there's a lot going on in here. Let's just take it one step at a time. I'd like to point out what our function rule is right here. F of x equals 6x plus 3. So right here where it says f of 1, that just means we're going to substitute 1 for the x. So I'm going to write that off to the side. So we'd get 6 times 1 plus 3. So this is f of 1 equals 6 times 1 plus 3. So 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. So I'm going to write a 9 right there on that line. So meaning when a 1 is rolled, so in the context of this problem, when a 1 is rolled on the die, a player is awarded 9 points. Does that make sense? Sure, yeah, that absolutely makes sense, that you can roll a 1 and you would get 9 points. All right, for the next one, I'm going to go just a little bit faster. So for this one, f of 3.5 is going to be 6 times 3.5 plus 3, which is going to be 33 plus 3, and that's 36. So this equals 36, meaning when a 3.5 is rolled on the die, the player is awarded 36 points. Does this interpretation make sense? Well, this interpretation does not make sense because you can't roll a 3.5 on the die. It said earlier that you can only roll, let's see right here, 1 to 6. So it's a six-sided die. You can only roll 1 to 6. So this doesn't make sense. You can't roll a 3.5. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do C on your own, and I'll show you the answer. I'm pretty sure most of you got this. So f of 10 would equal 63, meaning when a 10 is rolled on the die, the player is awarded 63 points. Now, does this interpretation make sense? Once again, it does not make sense because we can't roll a 10 on a six-sided die. So based on the observation above, it is clear that the appropriate domain for the function, so there's a couple things going on here. First off, we can't have any decimals. So we're not allowed to have any decimals. So 3.5, not going to happen. We also can't have any numbers greater than 6. And one other thing, that we're never going to have negative numbers, so we're really limited to just the counting numbers between 1 to 6. So we call these, so the domain for the function, the only numbers we can type in. First off, we need to be clear that these are integers. So integers would mean anything that's not a fraction. Those can be negative numbers, but we're going to limit it here. So the integers starting with 1, and then our x value can be less than or equal to. So we're going to write this as a compound inequality. Our x can be from 1 to 6, but only integers. That gives us our domain. So just be familiar with that word integer and realize you're going to write your domain to limit it between the numbers 1 and 6. For the last part of this lesson, we're going to look at these graphs of functions. We've got these different graphs here, and we're going to determine the domain and the range. So one thing that's important to remember is that the domain, those are my x values, and the range are my y values. And remember on a graph that the x values are from left to right. So they are the horizontal. So these are the x values, and the y are the vertical values. So here's my y values. Okay, so we're going to look for the domain. We're going to look for the range. If what you want to do is you actually want to look at this from left to right for the x values. So if I start right here, I have to be careful on this one because there is an arrow, which actually implies that this goes forever to the left. So it goes forever. But if I go from left to right, I can see that my graph stops right here at 3. So there is a hard stop right here at 3, but there's no stop to the left. So what that's saying is all of my x values are less than or equal to 3. And I'll show you one where it's not equal to in just a moment. But if you take a look at that graph, it says that from here forever, because there's an arrow at the end, starting at 3 all the way to the left, those are my domains. For my y values, whereas for the x values, we go left to right, for the y values, we go from the bottom to the top. We can see that the y values begin right here at 2. And I overlapped there a little bit, but I'll draw it in. And it goes up and up and up and up, and there's an arrow, so it goes up and up and up and up forever. So right here at 2, or -2, excuse me, because that's below the x-axis. So -2, up and up and up and up forever. So that means y, all the y values are above or greater than or equal to -2. And that is my range. Just to sum this up one more time, your domain is your x values. You want to look at the graph from the left to the right. The range is the y values, and you look from the bottom to the top. So let's do it with number 5. I'll go a little bit faster this time. So domain, we can see that the domain begins right here at -4. So if I'm going left to right, we can see we've got that point right there, and my domain is going to continue. You can see this graph continues till right there. So right there, that's where, and that's at 3. So this is between 2. The other thing I want to point out, do you see there's an open circle right there? If there's an open circle on your endpoint, then you don't put the equal on the equation, on the inequality. So we've got -4 is the lowest point for the x. It's less than, no equal to, x is less than or equal to 3. So it's between those 2 points. Notice you always use less than symbols for this. Let's look at the range next. So this time my range starts right here. You can see it starts right at that point at -5. I'm going to write that down even right now. Open circle, so no equal to. It's going to go up and up and up and up and up and up. Don't be tempted. It doesn't stop here. It keeps going. It keeps going. It keeps going right there to that sharp edge. So right there is where my range ends, and that's at 2. So this is y is less than or equal to 2 because there's no open circle there. Why don't you try number 6 on your own, and I'm just going to give you the answer. All right, so for this one, the domain is greater than or equal to -4. The range is greater than or equal to 0. I do know that this one throws students off very often because right here, if we're looking at the y value, it starts right on the x-axis, which is actually 0. A lot of students will miss that. So hey, these are tricky, not going to lie. So you'll get lots of practice in your assignment.